Okay, guys. So today is our day 2 of subnetting. Okay. So in today's class, we are going to discuss advanced version of subnetting. Fine. So guys, in previous class, if I'm not wrong, in previous class, we discussed the basic thing about the subnetting, right? What is subnetting? Why we need subnetting? As well as what are the components of subnetting, right? For example,
Yes, sir.
I already told you about subnet mask. I already told you about the CIDR. I already told you how you calculate the subnet mask from CIDR, right? Everyone, these things I already explained you. I hope everyone already revised these things. Clear? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Now, now in today's class, guys, first of all, tell me one thing. How can we perform the subnetting? Guys, there are two ways by which we can perform the subnetting. First one is called FLSM and second one is called VLSM. Or you can say there are two types of subnetting. First one is called FLSM and second one is called VLSM. FLSM stands for, guys, fixed
Length.
length subnet mask.
No.
And VLSM is, guys, variable length subnet mask. Getting my point, everyone? It's clear to all of you? Tell me, guys. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Sir, yeah.
And now, okay. So I hope you guys understand till now what we discussed, right? So I hope you guys already revise subnet mask, second thing, CIDR, right? What is subnet? How you calculate the subnet mask from CIDR. So these are the basic thing before start the subnetting, right? And these things we already discussed in our previous class, right, guys? Everyone, yes or no? It's clear? Okay. Now in today's class, we are going to discuss there are two types of subnetting, or you can say there are two ways by which we can perform the subnetting. First one is called, guys, FLSM and second one is called VLSM. FLSM stands for fixed length subnet mask. And VLSM stands for, guys, variable length subnet mask. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone. So there are two ways by which we can perform the subnetting. Fine. So now today's we are going to start with the FLSM. Okay. Now, when you read these lines, fixed length subnet mask, what we are going to understand? When I am reading this line, I am understanding this is nothing. This is the way by which we perform the subnetting. What do you mean by subnetting, guys? I already told you. Subnetting means just divide a big network into a small one. Yes or no? Right now, everyone. I already told you these things. A small one
Yes,
means what?
yes, sir.
That is called subnet, right? For example, if this is a big network, this is the big network, and you divide this big network into a small network. So that is called, guys, subnet. That is called what? Either you can say subnet or either you can say network. Both are same. Getting my point, everyone? Yes or no? Right? So FLSM means we divide a big network into a small subnet, but into, please remember that is very important, into equal sized subnet. Into equal sized subnet. Getting my point, everyone? It means for every subnet, subnet mask will be same. Subnet mask will be, guys, same. Getting my point, everyone? If subnet mask will be same, it means in every subnet, number of IP will be same. Number of IP will be same. Getting my point? Even number of usable IP will be or number of usable host address will be same. Getting my point? Is there anyone who do not understand? Is this clear? For example, this is the big network. I divide this big network into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the 4 is called, guys, subnet. Right now, everyone? Yes or no? That is called subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3, subnet 4. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone. So, how many subnet we divided here, guys? 4. We have one big subnet or big network, and we divided this big network into 4 small subnet. Getting my point? Now, in FLSM means what I am telling you, we divide it into equal size. Equal size means, for example, this is the subnet 1. For example, I'm just giving you the example. For example, the subnet mask of this network is, for example, /22. So for this network also /22, 22, 22. Getting my point? Subnet mask will be is same. Getting my point, everyone? Even, for example, in this subnet, the number of usable IP address is 100. So in this network also 100, 100, 100. That is called FLSM. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone, tell me, guys. Clear? Understand? Do you guys understand what do you mean by FLSM? FLSM means we just divide a big network into a small one, but in all the subnet, the number of usable IP address will be same. Even the subnet mask of all the subnet will be same. Getting my point? Everyone, yes or no? Tell me, guys. Clear? That is called FLSM. Anyone here who do not understand? Clear? Tell me, guys. Yes or no? Cool. Now, I am giving you one example. Try to focus on one example. Actually, how we perform the subnetting. Okay. For example, guys, I am giving you one question. 192.168.1.0/26. For example, we have this subnet. Or for example, your manager gave you this network. That is the big network. That is the big network. Who provide you? Your manager provide you. Now your manager is telling you, please do one thing, please perform the subnetting. How you perform the subnetting, guys? Please focus on a step by step, guys. In step number 1, first of all, we need to calculate the total number of subnet. Total number of subnet or subnetwork. Getting my point, everyone? So in step number 1, first of all, you need to calculate the total number of subnetwork. What is the formula? Formula is 2 the power n. What is the formula? 2 the power n. Getting my point? What is this? This is the formula to calculate the number of network. For example, if this is the big network, how many small network you can calculate here by the help of this big network? How can you calculate? By the help of formula 2 the power n. Getting my point, everyone? Now, what do you mean by n here? What n is telling? What n is telling? Total number of subnetwork. So total number of subnetwork is equal to what is the formula? 2 the power n. What n is telling here? N means, it means number of bit that you borrow from host portion. That is the meaning of n. Now please focus one thing. What is the question you get, guys? 192.168.1.0/26. Right? Now, focus here. This network ID belongs to which class? Who can tell me? Belongs to class C? Yes or no? Right now, everyone? Yes or no? Right? For
Yes,
class
sir.
C, what is the subnet mask by default? 255, 255, 255, 0. Yes or no? Agree? Are you tell me, guys? Yes or no? Right? That is the by default subnet mask. Now, 255 means if I write in the bits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that is 0. Yes or no? That is the by default. Fine. It means this is complete full, this is complete full, this is complete full. And I already told you 1 represent the network bit and 0 represent, guys, host bit. Yes or no? Right? It means this portion is called network portion, and this portion is called host portion. Agree, guys? Everyone tell me yes or no, right? That is called host portion. So that is the scenario of by default. Yes or no? That is the by default scenario. But according to your question, 192.168 1.0/26. This belongs to which class, guys? Class C. But what is the CIDR value you get here, guys? /26. What is the CIDR value, guys? /26. How can you write this in the bit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many bit? 8, 8, 8. 24. Still 2 bit is remaining, right? So I need to write 2 bit here. And rest will be, guys, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
CIDR also /26, sir. FLSM also the networks also inserted to right side. That one.
That is the CIDR value. I told you that is the CIDR value, and CIDR value tells us about the number of network bit.
Number of network bits.
Yes. So guys, see, I write the /26 like this. So guys, please compare this part. This is your question part, and that is the by default part. In by default, these 3 bit is called a network bit. Yes or no? And this is called host bit or host portion, right? And here, whatever the question you get, in this question, what you are doing? These are called network portion and these are called host portion. But unfortunately, you are using these 2 bit. You are using these 2 bit from the host portion. Agree, everyone? Yes or no? Right, na? Guys. Again, I am telling, this is the by default scenario. According to the by default scenario, if you are getting the class C network, it means first octet, second octet, third octet. These 3 octet are reserved for the network and the last octet is reserved for the host. Agree, everyone? Similarly, this belongs to class C. It means this octet, this octet, this octet is reserved for the network and this is reserved for the host. But unfortunately, what you are doing? From the host portion, you are using 2 bit for the network. Yes or no? Agree, everyone? It means what we can say, we are borrowing 2 bit from host portion. Yes or no? Everyone? Tell me, guys, yes or no? Right, na?
Yes.
We are borrowing 2 bit, these 2 bit from the host portion. Because in host portion, all should be 0 here by default. But still, there are 2, 1. 1 means network. So it means what network is doing? Network is borrowing 2 bit from the host portion. It means the value of n is equal to 2. Getting my point? What n means, guys? N means the number of bit that you are borrowing from the host portion. And here we are borrowing how many bit? 2 bit. So that's the reason n. What is the value of n, guys? The value of n is equal to 2. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone, tell me, guys. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, we calculate the n is equal to 2. Put here 2 the power 2. Value will be, guys, 4. Fine. It means by the help of this big network, we can calculate how many sub-network. That is called 4. It means we can create total 4 sub-network from the given big network 192.168.1.0/26. I hope step number 1 is clear to all of you. Done, guys? Everyone? Yes or no? Clear? Now,
Yes, sir.
come to the step number 2. In step number 2, what you need to calculate? Calculate total number of valid IP address in each subnet. In each subnet. What do you mean by this? I told you, na, this is the big network. What you did? You divide 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is small network. Yes or no? Right, na? From every network, there will be a IP address. Agree, everyone? Are you tell me, guys? Yes or no? From
Yes, sir.
every network, there will be a IP address. Now you need to calculate, for example, in this network, how many IP address? In this network, how many IP address? In this network, how many IP address? And in this network, how many IP address? I already told you we are using FLSM. So in case of FLSM, whatever the IP address in this network, the same here, here, here. Exactly, everyone. Tell me guys, yes or no? Right now. So in step number 2, what we need to do? We need to calculate the number of valid IP address in each subnet. Fine. If you guys remember our previous class, I told you two formula to calculate the. If you guys remember, I told you na to how to calculate the number of IP address from CIDR. Yes, na everyone in previous class we discussed. I told you there are two formula. The total number of IP address we are calculating by the help of this formula 2 the power h, right? And to calculate the number of valid, we are calculating 2 the power h minus 2. Agree na everyone? I told you these two formula in our previous class, right?
Yes.
Because I already told you whatever the network here, the first ID that is called network ID and the last ID that is called the broadcast ID. We are not using these two because these two, we are not assigning these two address to any devices. So that's the reason we are minus 2 here. Clear? These things we already discussed in our previous class. Okay. Now come here on step number 2. So in step number 2, what we are going to do? We need to calculate the total number of valid IP address in each subnet. What is the formula for valid IP address? Valid IP address to the power h minus guys 2. Yes or no? Yes. What do you mean by h? H represent guys host bit. What h is telling guys? Host bit. Okay. And so don't confuse. Host bit means don't think like the complete host bit. No, host bit means guys remaining host bit available in host portion. In which portion guys? Host portion. Getting my point, everyone? Now tell me one thing. (192.168.1.0/26). That was the question. Right now, that is the CIDR value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 26. Again, 2 bit is here and rest will be guys 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Agree guys, everyone? Yes or no? Tell me guys. Right? That is called network portion by default. That is called host portion by default. Right? Here, these 2 bit we already carry or borrow in the network portion. So that's the reason this is called n is equal to 2. Agree, everyone? Tell me guys. Right? Now, this is the host portion. In host portion, how many bits are remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes or no? Everyone, tell me guys. How many bits are remaining? Tell me. 6 bits are remaining, right? So it means in host portion,
There are 6.
still we have 6 bit remaining. Agree guys? Everyone? Yes or no? Yes. So h is equal to 6. H is equal to 6. Now, what was the formula to calculate the number of valid IP address? To the power h is to the power h minus 2. Here h is equal to guys, how much? 6. Tell me guys, yes or no? Right? Put here valid IP to the power 6 minus 2. To the power 6 minus 2. How many? 62 valid IP. Is this clear? Everyone, tell me guys, yes or no? Agree?
Until 62 host is there actually.
62 IP address you can assign from each subnet. For example, that is the subnet 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this subnet, again, you get 62 valid IP address. It means if you are using this network, you can assign 62 device IP address. Getting my point? Understand? Similarly,
Actually, 62 host is you using the IP address.
Host, yes, 62 host. It means to 62 device, you can assign the IP address from this network. Getting my point? Tell me. Clear?
Sir, actually previous one you have to tell the networks also 2 bits are nothing but 1 1 is there actually. That 1 1 is actually 128 plus 64. 192 is there. 192 networks.
That was the subnet mask, bro. We are not calculating the subnet mask here.
Okay.
We are calculating the number of hosts.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
now move guys in step number 3. I hope everyone understand the step number 1 and step number 2. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone,
Yes, sir.
tell me guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In step number 3, what we need to calculate? We need to calculate the block size. We need to calculate block size. What we need to calculate, guys? Block size. Okay. So how can we calculate the block size? Please focus here. What was the question? 192, 168, 1.0/26. Agree, guys? Everyone? Yes or no? Right? So for /26, that is called CIDR. Agree? Everyone? Now calculate the subnet mask. What you need to calculate, guys? Subnet mask. How can you calculate the subnet mask? Who can tell me? I hope now you guys should know how to calculate the subnet mask. /26, 255, 255, 255. Agree, guys? Yes or no? Tell me, right?
Yes, sir.
How can you calculate 26? 26 means 1, 2, 3, 4,
192.
192.
192. Exactly. I hope everyone know. If don't know, please watch the yesterday class. Okay. The value will be, guys, here 192. Fine. That is the subnet mask of /26. Now we need to calculate the block size. How can you calculate? The basic formula 256 minus whatever the value in your last octet. That is called 192. So when you subtract 256 minus 192, value will be, guys, how much? 64.
64.
How much, guys? 64. So that this is the way we can calculate the block size. Okay, I will tell you what is the use of block size. Just a minute. Now come to the step number 4. In step number 4, what we need to calculate? We need to calculate all the subnetwork, and whatever the IP address available in that subnet. Getting my point? Understand? Now, according to the step number 1, what we calculated, guys, total number of subnet will be, guys, how much? 4. Right? So we already know maximum how many how many network we will get, guys? 4. Agree, na, everyone? Yes or no? Tell me,
Yes, sir.
guys. Okay, cool. So the first question, what was the question? 192, 168, 1.0. Clear? That was the first subnet. Tell me, guys, that was the first subnet. Clear, na? Now, how can you calculate the subnet number 2? How can we calculate the subnet number 2? Who can tell me? You do not need to do anything. What was the block size? 64.
Okay.
Getting my point? And guys, tell me one thing. We are using class A, B, C. Which class address we have? Class C. Tell me, right? Na? 192, 168, 1.0. That is the class C. Right? Na? So if this is the class C, it means here in these 3 octet, we can't add anything. We need to add here only the last octet. Okay. So how can you calculate the next network? Next network ID 192, 168, 1. Here I can't do anything. Now you have to add the block size in the last octet. So when you add 0 plus 64, value will be, guys, 64. So that will be the second subnet. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone,
Yeah.
tell me, guys. Clear, na? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is the second subnet. Now, how can you calculate the third subnet? 192, 168, 1 dot. Again, you need to add here block size. What is the block size? 64. Then 64
128.
plus 64. That value will be 128. So that will be the third subnet. Now the next subnet will be, guys, 192, 168, 1 dot. 128 plus 64. Value will be
192.
192. That will be the fourth subnet. Now
Yes,
calculate the fifth one. 192, 168, 1 dot. 192 plus 64. How much?
256.
Now tell me, is this valid? Answer is
No.
no.
No,
This is
no.
not valid because in
256
an
is what?
octet, in a octet, maximum values will be 0 to
254.
255. Getting my point? Everyone, maximum value you can write 0 to 255. But here, what are the value we are getting here? 256. That is not possible. So that's the reason this is called invalid. So maximum, how many subnet we have, guys? 4. How many subnet we have? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And same we calculated here. Yes or no? Total how many? 4. Are you guys agree? Understand? Everyone, tell me, guys.
Sir,
Is there
4,
anyone?
sir, actually, one of the doubt is 64 plus 64 plus 64 plus 64, 256 is there. Actually, remaining 64, two bits are changing, 254 is not coming.
Which one? Which bit you are asking?
Actually, you are saying 2 square is equal to 4. Actually created 2.
Yes, here the 2 the power 2 and
Yes.
value of n is equal to 2. So 2 the power 2 is equal to 4. It means that is the total number of subnet we can create here. Subnetwork from this big network. That is this.
Actually, there are four ways to blocks created to them, sir. First 64, second 64, and third 64, and fourth 64 you have to create it. But last one is 256 and 0 is leaving that one. 254 only we are using and telling the
No. Try to understand like this. If you have a big network, it means now you can think we need to divide this big network into small subnet.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So maybe
Yes,
it is possible either we have a 4, either we have a 5, or either we have a 6 or 7. I don't know. But if anyone asks you, tell me what are the number of subnet or subnetwork is possible from the big network, your answer should be 2 the power n immediately.
Okay.
Whatever the value you will get here, that is the number of subnet is possible here. Getting my point? Everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, next thing, that is the 4 subnet. Now, what you need to calculate, guys? You need to calculate the what? Valid IP. What is, guys? Valid IP. So, guys, see, 192.168.1.0. So, first IP address will be, guys, 192.168.1.1. Getting my point? Everyone, tell me. Right, na?
Yes,
1.1. And the last one will be, guys, just subtract 1 here. When you subtract 1, what will be the value? 192.168.1.63. Agree? Everyone, tell me.
Yes, sir.
When you subtract -1 from the next network, value will be that one. Right, na, everyone? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Tell me. Right? But what I told you, generally in a subnet, don't think like this. Think like this. What is the range of this subnet? 192.168.1.0 to 192.168.1.63. Agree? Everyone, tell me, guys. Right, na?
Yeah.
That is the range, na? That is the range for this network. Yes or no? Agree?
Yeah.
Now, come to the second network. What is the range? 192.168.1.64 to 192.168.1.128 minus 1. That is, guys, 127. Now, in third octet, what is the range? 192.168.1.128 to 192.168.1.192 minus 1. Value will be, guys, 191. Are you agree, na, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
192.168.192 to 192.168.1.255. Because when you add the 64, value will be, guys, 192.168.1.256. And that is not valid. But when you minus 1, value will be 255. That is the valid, na? Yes or no?
Yeah.
2 power
Yes,
n
sir.
minus 1 formula.
Yes. So this is this. So this is the guys, this is the range. Is this clear to all of you? Anyone here who do not understand the range? Let me know. Clear? Okay. Now, when you calculate the range, what you need to do, you need to calculate the valid IP. What, guys? Valid. Now tell me how this is the range. Now tell me the valid. I already told you, generally in a range, first and last we are not using. Right now, because what is the formula of valid? To the power h minus 2. Agree? Are you tell me, guys? Yes or no? Guys, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
to the power h minus 2. So what I told you, the first and last we are not using. First, that is called the network ID, and last one is called broadcast ID.
Broadcast ID.
Here,
Okay.
this one, this one, this one, and this one. These all are called, guys, which address?
Broadcast
Broadcast address. And these all are called which address?
network ID.
Network ID. Getting my point? Now, what will be the valid? 192.168.1.1, right? Na? Are you tell me 192.168.1.1. That is the valid. 192.168.1.12, 192.168.1.62. Are you agree na? Everyone, yes,
Yes.
or no? That is the valid. Now, come here. What
Sir,
we calculated here?
Sir,
Total
actually,
number of- just a minute, bro. Total number of valid IP address. How much we calculated here earlier? 62.
Yeah.
Right? Now, here
Yes.
what we are getting? 1 to
60.
62. Getting my point, everyone? Now, in second network, how much? From 1.65 to
5.
126. Are you
6.
tell me? Sorry, 126. Getting my point, everyone? Here in third
Yes.
network, 129 to how much? 190. Are you tell me, guys? Yes or no? Right, na? And here
Yes,
in the
sir.
last one, 193 to 254. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone, tell me. Agree? Is this clear? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the conclusion? Conclusion is, if you have a network 192.168.1.0, 1.0, what was the subnet mask, guys? /26. Right na? If you have a this subnet, how many subnetwork? How many small network you have? 4.
4.
Agree?
4.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What was the first? 192.168.1.0. This is the network number 1. In network number 2, which one? 192.168.1.64. That is the network number 2. Network number 3 will be, guys, 192.168.1.128. That is the third network. And network number 4 will be 192.168.1.192. Fine. Now, what was the definition I told you about the FLSM? I told you in each subnetwork or in each network, the subnet mask will be fixed. So /26, /26, /26, and /26. That is fixed. Clear, guys? Everyone. Now, one more thing I told you. In each subnet, number of valid IP address will be same. Yes or no? Are you tell me? Right, na? So here in this network number 1, how many valid IP address you got, guys? 1 to 62. So valid IP address here, guys, 62. Agree? Everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Guys? Yes,
Yes,
na?
sir.
Here 65 to 126. You can calculate 62, 62, 62. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone?
Yes.
Tell me. Now, focus here, guys. I am asking one question to all of you. For example, my manager gave me this subnet. Which subnet, guys? This subnet 192.168.10.0/24. Do you guys understand? My manager give me this big network. That is the big network. Okay. And my manager is telling me, hey bro, do one thing. I have total 4 client. Client 1, client 2, client 3, and client 4. How many clients I have, guys? Total 4 client. Okay. Now tell me one thing. I think in previous class, I already told you every client have the different network ID. Agree na everyone? Yes or no? In the real time, generally we are
Yes.
giving different network ID to every client. Otherwise, it will create the mess. Okay. Now my manager is telling, hey, this is the big network I am giving you. I have 4 different client. What you need to do? You need to give the, or you need to provide the network to every client. To every client. Getting my point? Everyone. Do you guys understand? What was the question?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what we need to do? What we need to do? First of all, tell me one thing. What is our requirement? We need 4 equal subnet. Yes or no? Are total I have
Yes.
4 clients, na? Yes or no? Right, na? What is our requirement? Requirement is 4. We need 4 network. Yes or no? That is my requirement. So what you need to do, you need to put one formula, 2 the power n greater than equal to number of subnet required. Now 2 the power n greater than equal to, what is the number required, guys? 4. Yes or no? Are you tell me?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yes, sir.
Now put the value of n here. If I put n is equal to 2, what is the value? 2 the power 2 less than equal to 4. 2 the power 4 less than equal to 4. Is this satisfied? Yes or no? Are you tell me? My mathematics
Yes.
is weak. Is this satisfied? Yes, that is satisfied because here is equal. Right now that is satisfied. It means n is equal to 2 is fine. Yes or no?
Yes,
Right
sir.
now? Okay. Now what do you mean by n here? I told you. Right now I told you n means number of bit that you borrow from which portion? Host portion. Yes or no? Agree everyone? Tell me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Now it means 2 bits you are going to borrow. Fine. Tell me one thing. This is class A, B, C. Which network is this?
Proceed.
Class C. 192.168.10.0/24. That is the class C. For class C, how can you write the subnet mask? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that will be 0. Yes or no? That is by default. Are you tell me? That is the
Yes, sir.
by default scenario. Yes or no? Agree? Are you tell me? Right now?
Yes, sir.
Now what you get n is equal to 2. It means 2 bit you are going to borrow from host portion. That is the host portion and that is the network portion. Yes or no? Everyone tell me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Agree? It means according to this scenario, according to this formula, what we are going to do, our next subnet will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here, these two, 0 will be 1 and rest will be 0. Are you tell me? Agree, guys, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Tell me. Right? This is fine?
Yeah.
Are you tell me right now? Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
that is the subnet who provide you. Your manager provide you. Yes or no? But you have a how many client? 4 client. It means these 4 client, you need to provide the different what? Network. Yes or no? Okay. So what you will do? You will provide 192.168.10.0. What is, guys? 192.168.10.0. And what will be the subnet mask? Tell me, guys. 8,
192.
8, and these two. How much? Slash 26. How much, guys? Slash 26. Are you tell me, right? Na? So what? 192.168.10.0 and here will be slash 26. So what will be the subnet mask? 255, 255, 255, 192. Are you tell me? Agree, everyone? Yes or no? Tell me. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that will be the subnet mask. Now what will be the block size? Block size, how can you calculate? 256 minus 192.
192.
How much?
64.
64. Agree? Are you tell me?
Yeah.
Agree na everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So focus here. What are the things we calculated, guys? Please focus very, very carefully. First thing we calculate n is equal to 2. Yes, everyone. We calculated n is equal to 2. Are you tell me, right? Na? So n is equal to
Yes,
2
sir.
means now the CIDR will be, guys, slash 26.
26.
Clear na? That is the use of n. Fine? Tell me, right na? Now, second thing, subnet mask will be, guys, 255, 255, 255, 192. That is the subnet mask. Second thing we calculated. Yes or no? Agree?
Yes, sir.
Tell me. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, block size 256 minus 192. That means 64. That is the block size. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right now?
Yeah.
Now, what is the block size? Now see here.
64.
First of all, focus here one thing. First of all, we need to calculate the subnet 1. we are going to provide client number 1. For example, client number 1. To client number 1, what I will provide? 192.168.10.0/26. This network I will provide to client number 1. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Everyone,
Yes.
tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now come to the client number 2. To client number 2, what I will provide? 192.168.10 dot. Here in last socket, what you need to add? Block size
64.
64. That is 6. Client number 3. To client number 3, what I will provide, guys? Tell me. 192.168.10.128. And client number 4, I will provide 192.168.10 dot what? 192/26. Is there any problem? Everyone, tell me. No?
No, sir. No, sir.
And client number 1, what is the range? Who can tell me? Not range, just tell me one thing. How many how many usable IP address here?
62
How many?
addresses.
62. Agree? Everyone, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here, guys, how many?
62.
62. Here again, 62.
62.
Again here, 62. Tell me. Agree na everyone? Is there
Yes, sir.
anyone who don't understand? Is this clear to all of you?
Total
Yeah.
248.
Okay. Now, see very, very carefully because we are going to in the different direction now. Please verify carefully. Now, my manager give me this network. I have 4 clients. I will provide each client, one client number 1 to this network, client number 2 this network, client number 3 this network, client number 4 this network. Agree, everyone? Tell me. Right now, if I provide this network to client number 1, to how many device client number 1 can assign the IP address from this network? Your answer will be, sir,
62 devices.
62. Because from this network, this client can get maximum 62 valid IP address. Agree,
Yes.
everyone? Yes or no? Fine, na?
Yeah.
Now think one thing. For example, if in client number 1, the number of user is only 5. In client number 2, number of user is only 2. And in client number 3, number of user is 100. And in client number 4, number of user is 150. When you assign this network to client number 1, his requirement will fulfill, there will no problem. Client number 2 requirement will fulfill, there is no problem. But think, do you waste the IP address? Yes or no? Right, na? We are wasting the IP address because
Yes.
client number 1 requirement is only 5 and you are providing 62. So 62 minus 5, how much? Tell me.
57.
57. Around 57 IP address we are wasting here. Yes or no? Right? Here.
Please tell me
Client.
that again.
Sorry?
Once again, 5 is why remaining. Please tell me again.
Client number 1 requirement is only 5 because in client number 1, for example, there are only 5 users are there.
Okay.
And only 5 machines are there. So if you are assigning this network to client number 1, so from this network, maximum how many IP address you can get? 62. Getting my point? But client requirement is only 5. It means you are wasting around 57 IP address.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now in case of client 3 and client 4, client 3 and client 4 requirement is 100 and 150. But if you are assigning this network and this network, maximum how many IP address you can get? Provide 62. It means this network and this network will not fulfill client 3 and client 4 requirement. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Yes, na? So here we have a two problem. First, we are wasting the IP address, and second problem is we are not fulfilling the requirement. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Everyone,
Yeah.
tell
Yes,
me.
sir.
Agree? Are you
Yeah.
tell me agree na everyone? Yes or no? Okay,
Yes,
sir.
agree na? Okay, cool. Now, see, same scenario. Same scenario. What was the network my manager gave me, guys? 192.168.10.0/26. Agree? Now my manager is telling, bro, I have 6 clients. How many clients, guys? 6 clients. What you will do? What you will do? Your manager is telling you have a 6 client. Again, same formula. 2 the power n greater than equal to number of required network. How many network you require now? 6, because you have a 6 client. Are you tell me right now? 2 the power n
Yes, sir.
greater than equal to 6. What will be the value of n? Who can tell me? If I put n is equal to 2, then it will not fulfill my requirement. If I put n is equal to 3,
No.
are you tell me? 2 into 2 into 2
2
less than equal to 6. 2 the 4, 4 to the 8. That is satisfied. Yes or no? Tell me,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So value of n is equal to, guys, 3. Fine. If n is equal to 3, it means 3 bit you guys are going to borrow from the host. Yes or no?
Yes.
And
Yes,
tell
sir.
me, right? Na? So
Yeah.
now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now in the
1,
host
2,
portion,
3.
you are going to borrow 1, 2, 3 bit and rest will be
0,
0.
0, 0.
Array agree na everyone? Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
now
Yes, sir.
CIDR will be guys 24 and plus 3, that is slash 27.
7.
That will be the CIDR. So if this will be the CIDR, what will be the subnet mask? 255, 255, 255, 224. Agree? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
can
sir.
calculate that will be the
Yes, sir.
subnet mask. Okay. Now, what will be the block size? 256 minus 224. What will be the value? I think 32.
32.
Right now, everyone? Yes or no? That
Yes.
will be the block size. Are you tell me? Yes, na? Everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, come to the client number 1. On client number 1, you will provide 192.168.10.0. Yes or no? Agree?
Yes, sir.
Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Are client number 1, you will provide na this network. Yes or no? Are
Yeah.
this network? Okay. Now, client number 2, 192.168.10 dot. Block size is how much? 32. You will provide this one? Yes or no? Are you tell me, guys? Yes or no? Right? Client number 3, what you will provide? 192.168.10 dot. 32 plus 32, how much, guys? 64.
64.
Now 192.168.10 dot. 64 plus 32, how much, guys? I think 96.
96.
Very good.
Yes,
Client
sir.
number 5, 192.168.10
128.
dot. 96 plus 32, what is 128? Okay. Client number 6, 192.168.10 dot. 128 plus 32, 160.
160. 160. Sorry.
160 na? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For every client, subnet mask will be slash 27.
7.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Now tell me, come on the client number 1. Client number 1, tell me what will be the valid IP address? Who can tell me? Number of valid IP address. Tell me, guys. Number of valid IP address. What is the range? 192.168.10.12. Just minus 1 here. So 192.168.10.31. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right now, that is the broadcast, that is the network, sorry, that is the first valid IP address, that is the network ID. Right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what will be the usable IP address from 1 to 30? Yes or no? Are you tell me? Guys, yes or no? That will be the valid IP address, na? Guys.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What is the formula to calculate the valid IP address? 2 the power h minus 2. 2. What is the value of h here? What is the remaining bit? What is the host in host portion? How many bits are remaining? 1, 2, 3.
5 bits, sir.
Why you guys are behaving like a dumb? 2 the power 5 minus 2. Because 3 bit you already give na everyone. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So 5 bits. So 2 the power 5 minus 2. How much? 32?
32 minus 2.
30.
32
Yes,
minus
30.
2. How much?
30.
So that is the number of usable IP address from H. Array agree everyone? Yes or no? Agree na? Now, here what you are thinking? You see, if we have a number of clients increase, but number of usable IP address also decrease. Yes or no? Agree na everyone? Are you tell me? Yes na?
Sir.
Yes.
Before, when we have a total 4 client, then in that case, we are providing every client how many IP address? 62. Right na? Everyone. To every client, we were providing the 62. But now I have 6 clients. Network is same. Now we are providing how many IP address? 30. Now I am telling to every client, I am providing you this network, and from this network, you can utilize and you can use how many IP address? Only 30. Are you getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, tell me.
Yes.
Fine? Okay, very good. Now, for example, network is same, 192, 168. What was the network, guys? 192, 168, 10 dot. Tell me 10.0, na? 10.0.
0. Yes, sir.
And what was the subnet mask I give you? Slash 24. 6, I think. Right, na? Everyone. I'll tell me. Sorry, 24.
20%. Okay.
That was the question. 24. Now, please focus very carefully. Now, I am telling, or your company requirement is, you have a 6 client. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many clients you have? 6 clients. Now every client is telling my requirement is at least 100 IP address. At least how many IP address? 100 IP address. Are you getting my point, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes.
Understand the question? Till now, what we discussed, we have a 4 client, then we are providing maximum how many IP address? 62. When we have a 6 client, then we are providing maximum how many IP address? 30. Yes, na? Everyone, tell me. Right, na? But now scenario change. We have a same network, but the requirement is different. Every client want, I need 100 IP address. Are you getting my point, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes. So it means here every client want usable IP address is equal to how much? 100? Yes or no? Can you
Yeah.
tell me? Right, na? Usable IP address is 100. Now, what you will do? I told you, what is the formula to calculate the usable IP address? To the power h minus 2. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, put this scenario to the power h minus 2 because I want this would be greater. Then, usable IP address is how much? 100. What is, guys?
7 minus 2.
100. How can you solve it? To the power h is equal less than is equal to give these forward these 2 there, then 100, then this minus will go here, then will become plus, right? Na? These things I think everyone know. These are the basic mathematics, right? So 100 plus 2, that will be, guys, 102. Yes, na, everyone? Yes or no? Are you tell me?
Yes,
So
sir.
to the power h greater than equal to 102. Now tell me what should be the value of h here that will satisfy. If I put h is equal to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 16, 32, 32 into, guys, 64.
Yeah.
Right,
Not
na?
satisfied.
64, that is not satisfying. Right, na, everyone? Yes or no? If I
Yes,
put
sir.
is equal to 7, then 64 into 2, that is 128. That will
128.
satisfy.
Yes.
That will satisfy. Right, na, everyone? Yes or no? Are you tell me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So h is equal to how much, guys, here? 7.
7.
H is equal to 7. Are you getting my point? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
H is equal to 7. So put here to the power 7. How much value? 120,
128.
128. Getting my point? It means each subnet, at least how many IP address will be, guys, here? 128. Right, na? Because
Yes,
what I
sir.
am telling, again, please listen very carefully. What I calculate to the power 7 is equal to 128. It means what I am thinking, my thinking is whatever the subnet you will create, no matter. But in every subnet, at least I want how many IP address? 128. Then my
128.
requirement will fulfill. Right, na, everyone? Because every client requirement is 100. Yes or no? Can
Yeah.
you tell me, guys? Yes, na?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Now, this is the first scenario. Now, in second scenario, first of all, you need to calculate the number of possible subnet. How many number of subnet possible? I told you, na. For example, if your manager is giving whatever the network, how many subnet is possible? How can you calculate? To the power? Are you tell me, guys? How can you calculate?
To the power.
To the power n. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Are you tell me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
But original, if you see the original to the power here, this bit is complete 0. Yes or no? Here we write the /24. It means from this what can I say, this host portion, we are not borrowing any IP address. So if I put to the power 8, value will be how much? 256. Right, na? It means total IP address. Yes or no? Total IP address. Yes or no? Agree, everyone?
Yeah.
Guys, yes, na? But my requirement is we want at least how many IP address? 128 IP address. Are you getting my point, everyone? Yes or no? So
Yes, sir.
if you want at least 128 IP address, what can I do? For example, if I give /25, it will fulfill my requirement. Tell me, is it fulfill my requirement? If I am using /25, it means 32 minus 7 is equal to 25. Yes or no? Are tell me.
Yeah.
32 minus 7 is equal to, na? Yes or no?
Yes, it will fulfill.
So what can you, how can you calculate the block size? To the power n, to the power 7 is equal to how much? 128. That is fine.
128.
So usable IP address will be, guys, 128 minus 2. That is 126. My requirement will fulfill. There is no problem. Yes or no? Right?
Yes.
Now, number of subnet. How can you calculate the number of network? Total number of address. How many number of address is possible here? 256. Right now, from this network, total possible is 256. Right now, and what is the block size? In each block size, you need how much? 128. So when you divide, value will be get guys around 2. How much value you will get? 2. It means only 2 subnet is possible with number of IP address. How much? 128. Now conclusion is, your manager told you how many client you have? Total 6 client, and every client's requirement is how much? 100. But when you calculate everything, what I'm conclusion is, yes, I can provide and I can fulfill the requirement, but not every client. Maximum I can fulfill the requirement of client 1 and client 2. We cannot fulfill the requirement every client, because maximum just think basic, but maximum IP address, how many you get? 256. And every client required how many IP address? 100. So tell me, 100, 6 clients. So 100 into 6, how many IP address you need? 600. But maximum how many you can calculate? 256. Is it possible to provide every client? No. That is not possible. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Everyone understand? Yes. Yeah. It is not possible. Are you getting my point? Now, what is the solution? What is the solution? Now, focus here. Now, solution is 2. There are 2 solutions. You have to tell your manager, sir, please give me large network. You are giving me /24, and here maximum IP address I am getting 256. How many IP address we are getting? 256. We have a client 6. So we cannot provide every client 100 IP address. That is not possible. So please give me either /22, /23, like this network. Then I can provide. Getting my point? That is the first solution. Clear? Everyone, tell me guys. Yes or no?
Yes,
sir. Now, your manager will tell, hey, I do not have budget, because at the year end I need to give you the appraisal also. So don't waste the money. Then manager will tell you, okay, I am not going to provide you /22 and /23. Do one thing, please do. What? VLSM, variable length subnet mask. Getting my point, everyone? Now our topic will be VLSM, where we will see how actually we solve these problems, because in VLSM we have the feasibility. For example, if there are different client, if with different requirement, you can fulfill their requirement with the help of VL. This is not possible with the help of FLSM, because you already see, for example, total usable IP address is 62. It means for every client you are providing 62. Yes or no? Yes. And yes, I give you the scenario. For example, one client need only 10 IP and one client need 150 IP. It means if here you are providing 62, it means here you are wasting the 52 IP address. And here, when you are providing 62, it means in this case, client's requirement will not fulfill. Yes or no? There are problem. Understand everyone? These are the problem. Now, how can we solve these problems? With the help of VL. Is this clear to all of you? Anyone here who do not understand? Clear?